Hi guys, today I'm going to go over topic 6, wills and trusts, more specifically, will formalities. To start, let's review some basic language when it comes to wills. A will is a document that gives instructions for managing a testator's estate. In other words, how a person wants their property to be divided and distributed when they pass. A testator is a person who has died and left a will. A person who dies without a will is referred to have died in estate. Let's review a few more terms before we get into validity. A decedent is a person who has passed away. Personal representatives are people who are responsible for settling the affairs for the decedent. If named in the will, they are considered the executor. An heir is a broad term used to define someone who receives property. This can be from a will or an estate. Sorry for the misspell. Beneficiaries, on the other hand, receive their gifts or property through a will specifically. There are two types of wills that you will need to know. There is holographic and nuncupative. A holographic will is one that is completely handwritten, and a nuncupative is an oral will. Okay, let's get into what is required for a will to be valid. First requirement is of writing. The will must be written, must be dated, and must be signed. Some allow digital signatures, but most states will require handwritten signatures. Some states even require it to be at the bottom. Now remember, nuncupative wills are oral wills, but those are only for dire circumstances, for when the testator's life is in danger, so a tape recording is an invalid will. The second requirement is the requirement of witness. A witness must sign and also be present for the testator's signature. The witness must be of competent mind. This does not mean a minor cannot witness, but rather they must have an understanding of the will and how it will be executed. The witness must also attest that the testator was sound of mind at the time of signing. Most states require 2 to 3 rather than just one witness. The third requirement is testamentary capacity. A testator must be both sound of mind and of legal age to have a valid will. Most states require a testator to be of the age of 18, but it varies. Capacity is measured by whether the testator is adequately rational to understand the act of making a will, realizes the nature and disposition of his or her property, and recognizes his or her heirs. Basically, does he know what his property is and who he's leaving it to? A person who suffers from mental illness is still capable of forming a valid will as long as it is done during a lucid period. Undue influence deals with the possibility of a testator being pressured to change their will against their true wishes. Wrongdoers who are seeking to take unfair disadvantages of a person's age, inexperience, dependence, and/or physical and mental weakness can persuade a testator to change their will. This can take form as a threat or a more subtle suggestion, but is very difficult to prove. Alright, that's all I have for you guys. I hope everyone enjoyed this 3-minute video on will formalities. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a really great Christmas break.